Today's movie is Greenland. So this video is kind of special because in an earlier video, I reviewed Geostorm and I mentioned my review of Greenland. So when I uploaded it, I went to go link to the Greenland review and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I looked on my hard drive and I found it. Turns out I had never uploaded it. So this is the special from the archives, never before seen vintage episode. And by vintage, I mean like 6 months old. It's so old that it doesn't even have a theme song.
Kyle's Reviews! Kyle's Reviews!
And all right, today's movie is Greenland from 2020. So this movie stars Gerard Butler and Morena Baccarin, and an asteroid is coming and going to destroy all life on Earth as we know it. So, it's we've seen this before. We've seen, Armageddon, Deep Impact. Unlike those, this is not about trying to save the world. This is a lot more like the movie 2012, where they're trying to survive the disaster. And Gerard Butler and Morena Baccarin are kind of separated, but they're trying to work on their marriage. And he is there with his wife and his kid. They're going to have a party for some reason. And he gets a thing on his phone. His family has randomly been selected to be rescued. And of course, all hell breaks loose. Society deteriorates because of that. So the fact that some people got picked and others didn't. And, so they are racing against the clock, trying to get to the military base where the people are going to take them to safety. Ends up being Greenland, the title. Well, the kid has diabetes, and he's got an insulin pump.
How's this thing working out? Better than the shorts?
Way better.
They get to the military base, and they're like, "What? Whoa, wait a minute. You can't take the kid."
The kid's diabetic.
Don't touch him. I'm sorry, ma'am. You should have been informed. Anyone with a chronic condition can't be on the plane.
And Gerard Butler's character gets separated from Morena Baccarin and the kid.
I'm gonna go get it.
Wait, what?
What, am we just gonna leave his insulin?
And that's when things start to go badly. I kind of hated this movie. I don't really like kids in movies, and the whole drama in this movie is because of the kid. The kid forgot he got his bag out when they were in the car, and his insulin fell out of the bag. So Gerard has to go back to the car to get it, and then they're separated. And that's the whole rest of the movie, is them trying to get reunited and then eventually to the titular Greenland. It's lazy writing. I hate it when movies have kids, because so very often the kids are the cause of the problems. Just like in this one, just like in A Quiet Place. And especially in A Quiet Place 2, spoilers. So I really dislike this movie. And so let that aside. The movie has kind of a identity crisis. It's not an all-out action movie where they're constantly trying to escape, cataclysms like 2012 was. But instead, there are times when it gets really depressing. It's trying to be all grim, like people are terrible once the thin veneer of civilization is torn away. And they're kind of trying to be all dark and depressing, like The Road, which is also another terrible movie because it's got a kid in it. I'm only kidding, half, a little bit, sort of, not really, but really. And then it also tries to be uplifting, Like, oh, the noble sacrifice of people.
My family wasn't selected, ma'am. 99% of armed forces weren't. We are all volunteers here just doing our jobs.
Yeah, pick one or the other. Either people are terrible or they're noble sacrifice. And it's just not great. There's also these ridiculous logic holes. You know, they kind of try to explain why he was picked, but of course, Gerard Butler is an American and thankfully, doesn't try an American accent. So at one point, they're like, oh, what, you're not even American. Well, that's actually kind of a good point. Why would they pick him when he's not American? And there's nothing particularly special about it. He does construction. He's like a foreman or something. Well, cool, but I'm sure there were other people they could have picked. And it's kind of scary as well, the sort of depiction of their surveillance society, not really surveillance society, but the pervasiveness. When they send out the alerts go to his phone. They call him, they send a text message, and it appears on his TV at home. But just his TV, not like everybody's TV.
Alan Garrity.
Dad,
Allison.
his name is on TV.
Rose. Garrity. Nathan. Beckett. Garrity.
So in this world, the government has that kind of power, and they're super strict about, oh, you can't have the kid who's got diabetes. But spoilers, they get to Greenland, and the military's like, sure, come on in.
Let's go! The big one's gonna hit any second!
Really? I don't think so. Anyway, I did not like this movie. I thought it was bad. I'm giving it 4 thumbs down. The end of the world, and kids ruin everything, like they always do. All right, one of the 2 best reviews I've done all day.